Welcome to the studio, my friends. My name is Chad. I'm a photographer, and this is Studio Savage. So we're going to go over how we turned this once little ratty area into the humble abode that it is today. So with that being said, let's go over some cool renovation stuff. But first, I'll show you the rest of the space. So here's the space in all of its sunset glory. Now it's not a full production studio by any means, but still plenty of space to do fun shoots, have good rentals, and insane natural light. And so this was the first day we came in, my cousin Alan and I. It was basically the two of us the whole time, outside of a couple friends and my dad who helped here and there when they were free. But when we came in, it was a mess. Old wood paneling walls, a bunch of tile and stuff left over. So we started taking this tile up and pulled up this like veneer flooring, got all that up, dumped it, and then started demoing all the shelving and stuff that was left over. It was all kind of broken up and destroyed anyway, so tried to get that out of the way so we could have a clear workspace. And honestly, demo's kind of fun, just like destroying a bunch of bookshelves and things. It's kind of enjoyable, and it's a little bit like get some energy out. Then my buddy Davis was in town one weekend, so we knocked out painting the ceiling just so we could get some lights installed. And then came the sanding. The sanding. These walls. So as tedious as sanding is, and everybody who's done it will know that, it was actually not that bad. I just threw headphones in and knocked it out after work and after shoots and whenever I had some spare time. And then went and replaced the old lights that were in there. Pretty straightforward with this. Just got some white LEDs, which they still look really orange in a lot of these videos, but that was just reflecting off of all this wood paneling wall. And so then we started throwing on the first layer of paint, which we decided to come back to later because this sprayer that I had was awful. It was like a cheap $20 thing on like Amazon. So quick update. Kind of see it's starting to come together, see where the ideas are going, and then had to get the rest of this tile up that was underneath the first layer, and got a little jackhammer and knocked all that out and shoveled it up, took it to the dump. And at this point we had seen this black like old glue or whatever it was underneath that layer of tile that they used to get the tile to stick to the floor, and that was a nightmare to get off. Listen, these floors, I love these floors. Probably my favorite part of the studio. But oh my God, the amount of time it took. Oh. But they're sick. And so I rented this industrial concrete grinder. It had these diamond head bits that were rated for 18 hours or something. I basically just had to grind this entire floor, get all this glue off, and polish this entire concrete floor, and it was so tedious. In the middle there, you can see that was real time, so it took a while, and it started shooting up sparks as I got to the bottom of the diamond head bits, and so at that point I just got an angle grinder, and I had to do the last probably third of the floor by hand like that. And it was backbreaking, but I mean, again, I love the floors. And fortunately, Alan saved my life and knocked out the last quarter or so that was left over whenever I left for a shoot. So then came in, got the edges. So after that, we started to paint. We got an industrial paint sprayer, and that helped speed the process up a lot, but we went through a ton of kills. I think it was maybe 10 gallons or so. And this old wall just absorbed everything. So finally got that done, and then sanded down any of the areas where the paint started to drip, cleaned up some excess paint that got on the windows and the floors, took all the tape down, and then started to get the floor ready. As you can see on the left, we just cleaned it and made sure there was nothing on there for the clear coat to stick to, then started rolling and mopping on this clear coat. I think we went through maybe 2 or 3 coats. And then the walls were next. So we decided not to paint the rest of the walls and just put up these boards, which helped speed the process up. Had to sand down the trim and get that cut and ready, as well as some of the little odds and ends for the wall pieces. And then got those up, got the trim up, just used a nail gun to get the trim and walls on, so it's pretty straightforward. But here we are, looking pretty close to the finished product. Just had to do some other little odds and ends. And we started on some stuff outside after that. I pressure washed, tried to clean this window up the best I could. And this old post that was out here for like who knows how long was rusted together. So I fell over trying to get that one off, and then we just cut the rest off. Here we are. Here's the finished studio. And the natural light creeping in. It looks so much better. It's clean and love it now. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed. Maybe learned a thing or two or saw something cool you liked. If you're doing anything similar and you have any questions, comment, let me know. Happy to help where I can. But how do YouTubers sign off nowadays? Smash the like button, drive over the subscribe button with your car, put it in reverse, drive back over it. I don't know, whatever you need to do. Cut your finger and smear a blood pact on that subscribe button for me. Either way, thanks for tuning in. Cheers, friends.